October 6, 2025. Just after sunset deep in the Yarra Ranges east of Melbourne, a thermal camera points toward a dark hillside that has become the obsession of one man. For months, he has returned to this same ridge looking for deer. He knows every trail, every fallen tree, every movement in the forest. Then something unexpected enters the frame. At roughly 150 meters away, a four-legged animal appears from the shadows. It moves slowly, almost cautiously. The body is long and lean. The tail is thick and held perfectly straight. The hindquarters seem unusually stiff, and for a brief moment, another smaller shape appears tucked close to its side. The observer freezes. He has spent years studying Australia's wildlife, and according to him, this animal doesn't move like a dog. It doesn't resemble a fox or a cat. The silhouette is disturbingly familiar. Later, after reviewing the footage again and again, he makes a statement that immediately sparks controversy. "I'm sure about what I saw." The problem is that what he believes he saw shouldn't exist. Because according to science, the Tasmanian tiger, the Thylacine, has been extinct for nearly 90 years. Or has it? The Thylacine once roamed across mainland Australia and Tasmania. It was one of the world's most unusual predators, a marsupial carnivore with distinctive stripes across its back and an appearance that seemed to combine a wolf, a dog, and a kangaroo into one impossible animal. Thousands once lived across Tasmania. Then came European settlement. The species was blamed for livestock losses, hunted relentlessly, and by the early 20th century, its numbers had collapsed. 1936, the last confirmed Thylacine died alone in captivity at Hobart's Beaumaris Zoo. The story seemed finished, a species gone forever. Yet almost immediately after its extinction, sightings began. A farmer would glimpse something strange crossing a field. A hunter would spot an animal disappearing into the trees. A driver would swear they saw striped hindquarters vanish into the darkness. For decades, the reports never stopped. Most scientists dismissed them as misidentifications. People wanted the Thylacine to survive because losing it had become one of Australia's greatest environmental tragedies. But then came the evidence that complicated everything. In 2023, researchers analyzed more than 1,000 Thylacine sighting reports collected over the last century. Their conclusions surprised even experts. The statistical models suggested there was a small but real possibility that the species survived decades longer than officially believed. Maybe even into the early 2000s. That doesn't prove the animal is still alive, but it does something equally important. It keeps the door open. And the Yarra Ranges may be one of the few places where that door could still exist. This is not ordinary forest. Towering mountain ash trees rise more than 60 meters into the sky. Dense ferns blanket the ground. Deep gullies swallow light, and visibility can shrink to just a few meters. People have become lost here. Entire sections of forest remain rarely visited. If a small population of large mammals wanted to remain hidden, this landscape would help them do exactly that. And history has shown that extinction is not always the end of the story. In 1938, fishermen off South Africa pulled an unusual fish from their nets. Scientists were stunned. It was a coelacanth, an ancient species believed to have disappeared 66 million years earlier. Then there was the Lord Howe Island stick insect. Declared extinct for decades, it was rediscovered in 2001, clinging to a single shrub on a remote volcanic rock. Biologists have a name for these species, Lazarus taxa, animals that seemingly return from the dead, not because they came back, but because they never truly disappeared. Could the Tasmanian tiger be another one? Skeptics have a simple response. Where is the body? Where are the bones? Why hasn't anyone produced a clear photograph? These are fair questions, and many experts remain unconvinced by the latest footage. Some have argued that the thermal images could easily be a dog or another known animal seen at an unusual angle. Others say the human mind is remarkably good at seeing what it desperately wants to see. But there is another side to the argument. Large predators can exist at incredibly low densities. They are secretive, mostly nocturnal, and often avoid human contact entirely. Even today, scientists struggle to monitor known populations of big cats and wolves despite using cameras, GPS trackers, and drones. The absence of evidence is powerful, but it is not always evidence of absence, especially in a forest that seems designed to keep its secrets. Which brings us back to that October night. The footage lasts just 2 minutes. White heat moving through black wilderness, a long body, a heavy tail, a strange gait. And perhaps, just perhaps, a smaller shape tucked against its side. The official record says the mainland Thylacine vanished thousands of years ago and disappeared from Tasmania in 1936. The experts say extinction. The witnesses say otherwise, and the forest says nothing at all. So the question remains, If the Tasmanian tiger truly vanished nearly a century ago, what keeps appearing in the dark forests of southern Australia? Because if something walked across that ridge line on October 6, 2025, then one possibility becomes impossible to ignore. The Tasmanian tiger didn't come back. It was never gone.